Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of A Very Thermomix Christmas, where I'm going to be showing you how to make some lovely festive winter warming beverages. Now we all know there's nothing better when it's cold and dark outside than to come home after a hard day at work or curl up on a weekend afternoon with a lovely steaming hot mug of something delicious. Today I'm going to show you how to make mulled wine from scratch, the ultimate Christmas drink in my opinion, and also something that is vegan friendly or allergen friendly in the form of hazelnut hot chocolate, a plant-based milk from scratch using hazelnuts. So going straight in with our mulled wine, very simple ingredients list here, and you have some room to be creative, and there's also a way to turn this delicious drink into a stocking filler or a little homemade gift to give to family and friends. All you need for mulled wine is a lovely bottle of one of your favorite red wines. It can be full-bodied, something like a Pinotage or a Shiraz Cabernet Sauvignon, or you could go for something a bit lighter. Any kind of Pinot Noir would do fabulously here. So I've got one of my favorite reds right over here, and then we've got some caster sugar, 200 grams approximately, our spice blend. I've got cinnamon sticks, bay leaves, cloves, and fresh nutmeg that I've grated very finely, along with star anise. Now, about that little gift you could make, you could easily take this little bundle of spices, tie them up in a little bit of muslin cloth, and tie them up with butcher's string, and give that as a present along with a bottle of red wine so that your friends and family can make their own mulled wine at home with your little spice kit that you've given. The other aromatic going in here is orange. Now, fresh orange peel has the most beautiful and, in my opinion, the most festive aroma. But you could also use clementines if you have those handy at this time of year. And we're going to be using both the zest and the juice, and we're going to garnish at the very end with orange slices for a little freshness along with that hot, rich red wine flavor. So going in straight away with our caster sugar, along with our orange peel and our orange juice. And then I thought, while I'm here, a handy trick for peeling citrus zest. Now, often this can feel like you're wrangling with a waxy globe of absolute hell where you can't get a grip on the thing. But if you've got a nice big orange and you've got a lovely sharp peeler, the key is in your wrist motion. So what you want to do is wiggle the peeler from side to side, and that's how you get very clean, even bits of peel. Exactly like that, and this works beautifully for lemons as well, and also for thinner skinned citrus like clementines, which are generally incredibly difficult to peel. So just think about wiggling that wrist as you're peeling, and you'll get clean, even pieces of peel all the way. So that's all going in, and now we're going to cook this for 5 minutes at 100 degrees, reverse speed 1. And what's going to be happening while it's bubbling away is that that beautiful orange peel is going to be releasing its aromatic oils, and the sugar is going to melt into almost a bit of a caramel, and the flavors and smells should be phenomenal. I'll see you in 5 minutes. So this is already smelling absolutely delicious, and now we're going to go in with our aromatics. So we've got, as I said, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and bay leaves. Just the smell of this sort of orangey melted sugar caramel is divine. And we're going to go in with 250 grams of our wine. So we need a total of 1,500, but we're first going to go in with this initial smaller amount to infuse gently. And then the rest is going to go in a little bit later. So there we go. And now all we're going to do is simmer this once again. Same temperature, speed, everything, but for 10 minutes this time. And at this point, I would say, if you are making this at home, this is when you get the Christmas music going. You might start putting up your tree. The smell of red wine and cinnamon and cloves is wafting through the house. Maybe you've got some biscuits that you made from Terry's video last week. So what I'm saying is that sounds like a perfect evening to me. So 100 degrees and back on for 10 minutes. So the one thing that I did forget to say is that when you do this step, you need to make sure to take your measuring cup off of your mixing bowl lid. But now that's done, measuring cup is going to go back on, but only after we've added our single star anise, quite a strong flavor, so you definitely don't need more than one, and the rest of our red wine. So that's just the rest of the bottle going in. And now we're going to lower the temperature a bit because we don't want to infuse as strongly anymore. We just want to gently simmer up to the right temperature. So popping that measuring cup back on, and we're just going to do 5 minutes at 60 degrees, still reverse speed 1. And that's just going to bring the rest of the wine up to temperature and gently infuse that star anise flavor through the mulled wine. In the meantime, make sure you've got some suitable glasses ready. I've got these beautiful double-lined glasses, so you'll be able to see that gorgeous rich red color. And I have some orange slices ready for garnishing. See you in a minute. So this is now simmered and smelling absolutely gorgeous. We're now going to use our clever simmering basket trick to strain our wine into this heat-proof jug. So you insert your simmering basket and you use your spatula to hold it in place, and then you can just pour it in to any heat-proof vessel of your choosing. It is definitely easier to decant it into a jug and then into individual glasses because, as you can see, it does take a bit of maneuvering. So the bigger surface areas and the bigger mouth of the jug you have, the easier it is. So that is looking beautiful. That deep ruby red is just absolutely gorgeous and so Christmassy. So now we're going to dish up, pour into our glasses. Oh, this is just the most heavenly aroma. All we need now is some Michael Bublé, some presents to unwrap. Pop in our slices of orange, and that's ready to serve. Let's see who's going to come on and taste test this for me. So I found Jade, who in this office is one of the biggest fans of mulled wine, and I think she'll give me a really good, honest opinion on what she thinks. Jade, do you want to come up? Welcome to our Christmas cooking series. Cheers. How does that smell?
It smells amazing.
Yeah? Let's give it a taste.
That is so good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It tastes like Christmas, doesn't it?
It does. It's really nice.
Oh, thank you for coming to taste.
Do you mind if I take this back to my
Please,
desk?
go for it.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. Okay, after a short break in which I'm going to down this mug of mulled wine, I'm going to come back and show you how to make a vegan-friendly, absolutely delicious hazelnut hot chocolate. For some reason, hazelnuts really feel like Christmas to me, along with chestnuts, but hazelnuts have that specific sort of chocolatey connotation, along with just feeling really warming and toasty and Christmassy. So what could be better than a hazelnut hot chocolate just in time for Christmas? Now, this recipe might be vegan friendly and it might be somewhat healthier than traditional hot chocolates, but do not let that deter you because it is really delicious and so wholesome and earthy in flavor. It's really special. The first thing we're going to do is show you how to make a hazelnut milk from scratch. Now, use this as a little tutorial on how to make any kind of nut milk in your Thermomix, because you can use almonds for this, you could even use coconut or even something like cashews. All of those nuts make beautiful nut milks, but today the star of the show is the hazelnut. So I've soaked my 300 grams of hazelnuts for about 4 hours. Now, the recipe does say you can soak them for as little as 1 hour, but I find the longer you soak, the better. So you can even soak overnight. So they're lovely and plump, and they feel slightly soft to the touch and like they could just crumble apart if you gave them a little bit of pressure. So all of those are going to go in. And then to encourage them to sort of whiz up into a really smooth, rich milk, we're going to go in with 1,000 grams of water. And now we're going to whiz this up for 2 minutes at speed 10 until it's really smooth and luscious. So in the meantime, make sure that you have a muslin cloth or a little nut milk bag like this ready. So our beautiful hazelnut milk is looking gorgeous and frothy, and I'll show you in just a moment, but first I want to show you how to line your jug with either your piece of muslin cloth. Just make sure that it's big enough to give you lots of room to gather it up into a bundle, or if like me you've invested in some nut milk bags, these are really handy and they are reusable. You just need to wash them thoroughly after every use. You just tuck it in to your jug and make sure that you fold down the top of the bag. And now all you're going to do is pour your milk quite slowly into your bag. So as you can see, I can't tilt this too far, but you can see that we've got a beautiful, sort of caramelly toned hazelnut milk. And that's going to go into our bag. So what's going to happen is this very fine cloth that the bag is made out of is going to capture all of the fibers of the leftover hazelnuts that haven't been blended into a milk. And make sure to do this just a little bit at a time. It can be quite messy. So if you are more comfortable, you can do it into a nice big bowl just to avoid any spillage like I've got here, but I'm not too worried. And then all you are going to do is just squeeze gently and then steadily squeeze harder as you feel the pulp beginning to gather up in the base of the bag and less liquid being in there. There's a lot more liquid inside this pulp than you think, so don't be afraid to really put some elbow grease behind your squeezing. And you can see loads of beautiful hazelnut milk is gathering in our jug below. And then once you've got as much out of that pulp as you can then put in a little bit more. So I'm just moving my bag, the top of my bag slightly lower down, and we're going to go in with some more. So there's no rush with this kind of thing. I think a lot of people feel tempted to just overfill the bag and get as much out straight away as they can, but it's much better to take your time and do it as thoroughly as possible. Now, nut milks like hazelnut milk or cashew milk or almond milk will keep for a couple of days in the fridge in a nicely sealed bottle, and they are truly ideal for so many Thermomix recipes where you'd usually use a dairy-based milk, especially for hot drinks in my opinion. I love a sort of hazelnut almond milk for something like a mochaccino or a hot chocolate, because it adds a sort of earthy wholesomeness to a recipe that might otherwise feel a little bit too sugary and decadent, shall we say? Brilliant. So that's more than enough for up to 3 or 4 mugs of our hazelnut hot chocolate. And now what you're going to do is dispose of the pulp, wash your nut milk bag or rinse out your muslin cloth, and then we'll come up to finish the recipe. So we've got our jug of hazelnut milk and also 300 grams of vegan dark chocolate going straight into our mixing bowl, and 50 grams of agave syrup. Now you could also use honey or maple syrup or whatever sweetening agent you prefer. There we go. And we're going to go in with our whole jug of hazelnut milk. And then this is going to gently heat so that the milk gets lovely and hot and melts the chocolate into it until we have a gorgeous, smooth hot chocolate. And that's going to heat for 6 minutes at 90 degrees. And then we're going to serve up with some mini marshmallows, of course. The smell emitting from this mixing bowl is literally like molten Nutella, so I can't even imagine how good it's going to taste. And to taste with me today, we're going to have Paige. Welcome.
Hello.
Let me pour you up some hot chocolate. Are you a hot chocolate fan?
Oh, I love hot chocolate.
Amazing. And a Nutella fan?
Definitely.
Well, then you are the perfect taste tester for this. So, I don't know, I hope you can see this on the camera because it's absolutely beautiful. It's got such a kind of silky, velvety texture. And marshmallows?
Yes, please.
That's the right answer. You can never have too many marshmallows. These are vegan marshmallows because we're really sticking to our vegan theme with this one. But obviously, if you're a non-vegan, you can top this with anything you want. Marshmallows, whipped cream, gingerbread crumbs, anything. There we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Amazing.
yeah?
Yeah,
Would you be
really
able
good.
to tell it was vegan?
Absolutely not.
No, that's
really
brilliant.
good.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for coming to taste.
Thank you. I do have to shoot to a meeting, but can I take it
Please,
with me?
absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Enjoy it. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Paige.
much.
Well, I'm also going to drink this. Between this and the mulled wine, I've had a very merry afternoon. And next week, you can tune in to watch Terry make some snacks for Santa. Reindeer, easy to cater for, carrots all the way, but Santa's got that refined palate that only a really good biscuit can please. See you all then.